See, so for myself at least, I'm looking to grow myself in different ways. I'm looking to help myself to deliver information services. So as I deliver information services, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. And I can make music, guys. I mean, wow. I can make my own music. And now, my own music is different, of course, and there's plenty of competition out there for popularity. And that's what I've found out as well around my life. There's so much competition out there to just remain popular. But what you need to do is remain popular anyway and go and be popular for yourself. But to grab the spotlight is what you need to do. Always. I mean, grab the spotlight as much as you can. I can say be someone who's going out there making a difference in people's lives. I promise you, if you're making a difference in people's lives, then you have to go and try to get to the people that you're trying to help. And you have to go to them. You have to show up in their life. And you have to improve them. And that's it. I promise you, it's more how it is. But the thing is that with me and what I do something different. I make sure that they come to me. But the thing is, I'm going to them as well. And I'm going to them how? I'm going to them by giving them my business card. Or that's the only time. See, so now, for myself at least, I need to grow myself differently, and I'm looking for better ways to improve my life now. But I have a far more better time dealing with myself now, since I'm actually doing my life much greater. And since I'm actually living my life much greater now, I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that I deserve to make music. I deserve to help myself to succeed differently. I'm understanding that no matter what, I have to extend my music track as well by 10 minutes. And I can do that very quickly as well. We're doing something totally new. And I can use the cover frequency as well. But nah, I want to make sure that I can do this nice and beautifully in different ways. And I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life, guys. And I'm so grateful that I have a phone at least to be able to do my music. I make sure I'm very quickly into it. And what am I doing? I'm just doing my nice and beautiful way of life. I'm doing my way of business structures. I'm controlling myself to the point of help myself to love my life. So I love my life. I love my life differently. And as I really go and do my life nice and beautifully, I'm looking to help myself to love my life. And I'm learning very quickly about life. And now, is that working out for me? I promise you, yeah. Promise you, it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of improving my life. But it's much more how I feel. A little bit that way. See, it's much more how I feel. So, how I feel is I need to go and grow myself differently. So, no matter what, I'm learning how to grow myself. But there's a lot of repetition upon the melody of the trance music melody that I made. I make sure that no matter what, that I'm looking for a better way of dealing with life now. And is it something that I want to listen to in my life? Unfortunately, yeah, for now. Unfortunately, nigga, guess what? Unfortunately, it's all how I feel. I'm learning how to just study. I'm studying the way of art. I'm studying my time. I'm studying the successful attempt of being alive to myself. I'm learning very quickly about my life. I'm learning to just go for a little walk, and that's it. Actually, it's much more how repetitive it is. See, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning quickly about my life over here. See, it's much more how I feel. That no matter what, I'm looking for a better answer. I mean, what Jesus Christ did in my situation over here? I mean, Jesus Christ says that He wants to just do much more words, and I see it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that I'm looking for a better answer for myself, and I feel the crowd over here may become bored. I feel that no matter what, that my music is never boring, but am I getting, I mean, how am I feeling toward it? I feel that no matter what, there's too much repetition in it, but nah, actually it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I could do a much better track. I feel Transgate is coming in and out of the music track. I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm learning to persuade myself to walk around. And as I walk around, I'm walking and doing something different. I'm learning to help myself to do greater. So it's much more how it is. I'm learning much more about life. I'm looking for different ways of being and different ways of saying something, but I feel there's no energy in it. I feel now, shall I do something much more different? Unfortunately, it's much more how I feel. That I'm looking at different areas of life and I'm learning something different along the way. I'm learning to be happy, and now, where does happiness come from? I mean, does happiness come from traveling the world, or does it come from health? Actually, it comes from health. Actually, happiness comes with health. Actually, as long as you have your health, actually you're happier than those people who have no health. Actually, all your happiness comes from health. So it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that as I'm growing myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to deal with life. I'm looking to understand that going around the world never makes me happy. Actually, what makes me happy is talking more words. Actually, that's the only aspect of life that makes me happy, is talking more words. Actually, nothing else makes me happy unless I show you something. I'll show you something. I'll show you that nothing makes me happier than talking more words. Actually, nothing makes me more happy than talking more words. Actually, that's the only aspect of life that makes me happier. See, I feel the groove over here. It's nice and beautiful and different. I see it's very slow. Actually, my music track, Monographia, is very slow. And there's some stuff going on, but the thing is, to make it better, I have to make it much better. Actually, what can I do to make it much better? I can slow it down even further. So it's much more how it feels. Like that's much more how it is. So it's much more how I understand straight away that as I grow myself differently, that I'm looking for better ways of improving myself. So I look for better ways of dealing with my life. I show you something a little bit that way. I'm making sure anyway that it's a nice and beautiful track. And what I'll do with the brush for now, I'll let it be. I'm letting it be for how it is. Because it's just the way it is, and there's energy happening in it. But it's not sure how I need to grow myself differently, and I need to enjoy myself. I need to help myself to experience life itself, and that's how I see life. I see life as doing better. I never kill anybody. I make sure every single day I'm looking for a better dealing with life. I'm looking for myself over here to see straight away that I need to plan my life. And now with popularity, I promise you, with popularity I've gone uphill. I'm uphill with my popularity. But how much popularity do you want? Actually, it's more how I feel. No matter what, that I'm looking at my aspects of life, but I'll show you something. Actually, it's never about popularity for me anymore. Actually, popularity never makes me happy. Actually, I understand that now. Actually, it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm looking for much more dealings, but I'm not saying how other people are in tune with something else and they love other music attempts, and they never understand the music because they never ever listen to it. I mean, they're not sure what's happening, I promise you. People are unsure what's happening in my music track. And guess what? I promise you, it's much more how, because they're unsure of the aspects of life of my music track and what's happening, I promise you, it's much more how you can listen to it when you're unsure of it. I promise you, when you're unsure of something, you can listen to it. I promise you, if I knew every single beat that's going to happen in my music track, I promise you, guess what happens? I promise you, it gets boring after a while. I promise you. That's why you have to test the theory, and you have to make 1 hour music. And you have to make 1 hour music to see how do you produce music. And how do you produce 1 hour music, and then you can produce 9-minute music, and it can be much more interesting than 9 minutes of music. You have to make all these different types of music to find the grain of soul, to understand exactly how to make music differently. I understand that it's too repetitive, my music, which means I can remove that nice and beautiful sound. See, it's not how I feel. I feel different, so as I feel different, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life. And I'm learning very quickly about life. And it's much more how I understand straight away. Now I'm learning very quickly about life over here. And no matter what I do, I'm looking to record myself much more throughout life to understand straight away. I need to do synonyms and antonyms, please, today. And I learn to grow myself in the best way possible. And it's much more how I feel. And I'm learning how to abolish myself as different. I'm learning to overcome obstacles. I'm learning to overcome people skills, and I'm learning to do greater for myself, to live life. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. And now I need to be able to progress the music track in a more progressive manner. And that's the way I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly how I feel that no matter what, that my music is different. I mean, who's afraid of 137? So it's much more how it feels. I feel different, so I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. So as I really grow myself, I'm looking for better ways of improving. I mean, this like a festival, apparently I never play this at a festival. I never play a monography at a festival at the moment. I'm just honest with you, and why is that? Because it's too slow. It's too slow, and it's just never the festival vibe that you need. Actually, it's more how I feel. And why is that? Actually, it's more how the track is. Actually, the track is vibing. Actually, it's a vibing track. But we need something more faster. Actually, I need more faster sound. So what do I do with it? I mean, it'll be that way. I see straight away how nice I am. And now do I pump at a nightclub? Actually, nah. I never pump a monography at a nightclub either. Because it's never that type of genre either. But I can pump the quick minute mixes. I can pump quick mini mixes at festivals. I can do that. I understand something now. I'm understanding that once I make the 9-minute track, I'll make a quicker music track, and it's not sure how I can make it much better, but what I have to do to make my music track much better. I'm learning something from it anyway. I mean, you have to make some music to learn from your music. So I'm learning that. I learned some stuff around music production. I've learned some stuff around music production. The people want techno beats that kick and punch much quicker into the nice and beautiful ocean of lights. I understand. When they want something that's really much faster in energy. And how can I make my beautiful mix faster in energy? That's less repetitive. I need to make it less repetitive and more able to robustly be something new. I see straight away. That's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, it has to be something like Adonatopia. And it's really quickly done, and it's a really quick mix. But what I'll do with the 1 hour mix over here, I mean, 1 hour mix can be as it is. I mean, I'll let it be as it is. I see, do I pump a beach festival somewhere? Actually, nah. Do I do anything to it? Actually, now, what I can do to the mix is somehow make it more energetic, and I can work on making it more energetic, and it's energy. Actually, I can see the energy. I see it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what you say goes. I feel that no matter, I can see the differences in their music to my music, and now their music is much faster and has much, let's say, less in it in terms of composition than my music. I see it's much more how I'm learning something different about my music over here. I'm learning to grow my music differently, and helping myself to understand straight away I need to grow myself differently. And I'm learning how to grow. But as I grow myself, I'm looking to always rebellish to talk to you much more while listening to my music. So I'm always talking to you while listening to my music, so I can do it better. And I'm doing that in a better way, in a better sense is what I mean. I see it's more how I feel people would laugh at me playing my Monographia in front of a crowd and stuff like that. But guess what? First, that's why I'm listening to myself over here. I asked Jesus Christ about it. I mean, Jesus Christ says that it's a good track, but you need to study upon how they do music. You need to mimic them and what they do. I understand. I see it's much more how I learn something quickly. I'm learning to understand that my music is saying something different about me today. And I learn how to progress myself. And it's too repetitive. So what I need to do is remove sounds from it. I remove sounds from it. And what else? That's it. I should remove more sounds from the intro. And I move that sound there. I have to make it more interesting. So I have to make my music track more interesting. And I have to make it more progressive. And what else? Actually, it needs more energy. So put another energy sound into it and compose it a different way that makes it interesting the whole way through. I can do that. I can do that. See, it's much more how I feel. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm just walking around, just helping myself to deliver information. I realize, although, how do I get to the point of producing the music that they do in a state of trance? Actually, that's something that I understand straight away how I can do that. Now I'm doing that with my 9-minute mixes. I promise you. Although it's much more how it feels, and I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life. See, it's much more how I feel. I feel different, and it's much more how I need to grow myself and produce music like they do. I have to produce music like they do, and I have to mimic what they do in their music tracks to make it much better for myself. But that's because they are never going to listen to me either, and they're never going to watch what I do anyway. I have to believe in myself over here. I have to believe in my word eye that somebody's watching. I understand. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly upon life, and I have to find myself stronger this time around in making music. And yeah, I made some mistakes, but move on. I mean, make new music now. See, it's much more how I understand the music track. I understand it, so the thing is just move up. And I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. But that's not how I feel. I feel that no matter what, as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for a better way of dealing with life. I'm looking for better ways of becoming much better. I'm learning to acknowledge myself as something greater. I'm learning how to grow myself, so as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to help myself to improve. So that's what I do all day long. is walk and exercise, or looking for better ways and better clues to life. Actually, when you're making more music, you eventually open doors to making better music for yourself. Eventually. Because eventually you'll see a better road. Like, it's more how you have to keep persevering. You have to believe in yourself that you can make those tunes and those melodies that they make in better ways. I understand I can do that. But guess what? That's why they're making 3-minute music. While you're making more long mixes with 9-minute mixes and 3-minute music as well. In a sense, so the long mixes is what we're looking at. We're looking at long mixes over here. And how can we make a long 1 hour composition mix much better, so that it's a proper mix and proper function. So what I want to do is a little bit that way. I understand straight away that no matter what, that's not how it is and how I feel about it. So it's much more how you have to test up your music, and you have to test it and test it and test it, and then we find a gap in material where we learn to find exactly the composition we need, and then put it out there, and that's it. Then move on. Unfortunately, it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning my best over here. I'm learning the best way I can. I'm learning how to do much greater. I'm learning to help myself to embellish much greater deal of life over here. I'm learning to see exactly how repetitive my music is. So music must never be repetitive. In that sense, so what you want to do, yes, it's full of melodies. It's full of melodies. But you have to find yourself doing greater upon something that's actually nice and beautiful. And that's actually nice and beautiful when it's actually, it's a nice and beautiful sound over here. And it's much more how it feels. And you have to understand to remove certain aspects of life from the music track. And then you have to find yourself your groove. Then you have to find your groove quickly. And what's the time? The time is 1:44. Time. I see life is coming at me. And I have free flavor and free time. I realized that the 9 to 5 work I had to start in Germany. I had to start to embellish myself to do much more English work. I have to do much more English work. In German, I can practice here and there with my mum. And I can practice with other people German. But guess what? Apparently it's more how I feel. If you learn German, apparently it's more how you write in the Google Translator and such more how you talk about this in front of people, and you're learning very quickly. There are people in Germany speak English too, and they speak English as well, so I can do this much better. They have to learn English anyway, so it's much more how it is. And otherwise, just get your Google Translator and just let it be that way. Serbian's different. Serbian in terms of life, I can learn. I can have a greater sense of worth. So I'm not saying that no matter what now. I see it's much more how I feel, and that the second half is much better. I'm learning much quicker about life over here. I'm learning about different areas of life over here. Yes. So anyway, I see straight away how I'm feeling about this, right? So here we are. See now, what I'm doing now is I'm learning to understand something. And it's much more how I feel. Yeah, I'm looking to never end my life. I'm looking to positively talk daily, and I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm looking to see exactly how there's inspiration in the music. So there'll be something that's actually just somewhere in the distance, like you went on a holiday somewhere and it's like a beach vibe. And try to make a beach vibe much more on it. And it's much more like a little techno track mix that turns into an energy trance mix here and there. It's a chill mix all the way through. I see now, it's much more how I feel. I know what I'm looking for areas of life over here. And I'm learning to understand how to study my music. So I'm studying how to do long music equations. I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning how to do greater and greater. But as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life. You show up there. I see, it's much more how I feel. And it's much more how I'm waking people up to how I do life. I have everything much more. I have everything to do with life over here. And guess what? I'm actually, the second half is actually giving that nice and beautiful vibe, isn't it? Actually now, there's much more how it's a beach vibe now. So it's much more how I feel. I need to grow myself anyway. So what I do is I help myself to deliver content and information and just let it be. I feel that no matter what, that my life is improving. So as I improve my life, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life differently. I'm making sure that I have a nice and beautiful time. I have a nice and beautiful time that makes. That's actually working out for me anyway. I have to help myself to deliver that information. That's this for myself. It's all about helping myself to deliver information services. I see, so delivery service never works out for me. Because they're too slow to deliver my content. And I live that way. And what I want to do is help myself to remove my jacket. And go at 2:30. I have to get ready to go anyway. I have to get ready to go. So anyway, so as I grow myself differently, I have to look in the mirror while I talk to myself. So I can see straight away how I can feel. So the second half over here is actually working out for me. So it's more how you guys have to find your way through life, doing much greater for yourself. And you have to go and deliver content that's actually for yourself much better. And learn how to grow yourself. So if you're learning how to grow yourself, then you're looking at different ways of persuading yourself to live life, but it's much more how I feel. I feel that I'm different about what I'm doing, and I'm learning much more. I'm learning much more about how to actually live my life differently. So for myself, it's much more how I just go and really grow myself in the best attempt possible. And I want to see if Kmart's open. I want to see if Kmart is open. So I'm not sure. Let's see if Kmart's open. Let's see. So Kmart over here in Australia is a type of store where you can go get yourself clothing and stuff like that. So Kmart. So Kmart. So Kmart's closed. So anyway, I'm learning very quickly about life anyhow. I'm actually saying that as I walk around for a bit more. I'm learning how my music is going differently. I'm making money on music, so I'm learning very quickly about life every day. It's more how I feel. You guys have to do this, do a great job for yourself. You have to be walking around life and go and really succeed in different ways. And no matter what, I can see life is different for everybody. But you must understand anyway that if you want to help yourself to accustom yourself to something greater, and make sure you understand that you can work and have everything you ever need in life. And make sure you understand that no matter what, I never kill anybody. I make sure that no matter what, a person who follows Jesus Christ, I'm Jesus Christ follower. And that way I always renew my mind over here differently, so I see. So for myself over here with the energy mix, it's actually working out for me. And it actually does bring me a new vibe over here, so I feel I can't help myself to. I'm learning very quickly about life over here. It's much more how the music is the way it is, and it's actually working out for me this way. I'm learning how to just grow myself differently, so no matter what I do, I'm learning how to make sounds and how I can make quick music tracks very quickly. But the thing is for me is to help myself to deliver information quickly, and I'm understanding straight away how it's very easy for me to make a 3-minute track. But I'll go for 1 hour music compositions, where I can go and chill to the music while playing it to a crowd. And I understand straight away how I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm learning how to just help myself to deliver content. So I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to understand that my life is going its own way and its own direction. And I have to understand straight away how I need to go for a walk sometimes. And I need to go moving around to make sure that my life is moving forward. So as I move forward, I'm looking for different ways of being and different ways of saying something, but I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I'm learning how to grow myself, but I need to go and just let it be that way. I need to go and hurry up for myself to go, and I can go and get my dad's car to go to Liverpool, and I may as well get his car. I get his car to go to Liverpool station, and that way I go and get my passport done. And I'll live that way. And then I can go from the actual doctors, I can go tomorrow to get my passport done. I see it's much more how I feel. That no matter what I do now, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to do my life much greater, so I'm learning very quickly about life. I see it's much more how I feel. I see, so what I need to go and do is my passport with the doctor. I see the second half of the actual thing is actually working out for me. See, so just the first half. So just the intro version is something I need to improve upon. Because there's no, let's say, I can say there is no energy in as much. And that's why I get that result. But a little bit that way. I'm a little bit that way. I'm learning very quickly about life, so I'm enjoying myself. So a little bit that way. I have to go now. I have to go to my nice and beautiful wildlife area. I'm gonna put on my pants, and what I do is I just go with myself over here to nice and beautiful doctor over there, and so everything's nice and beautiful for me in life. So it's much more how I feel. I feel no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life over here. I want to just live it that way. So what I want to do is, first of all, be able to hear my music track out. I focus upon helping myself to hear the music vibe. And as I really grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of dealing with life now. I've realised that no matter what, I'm different. I'm a different type of individual. I'm looking for different ways of thinking and different ways of doing, and I'm enjoying myself over here. I'm learning how. I'm learning myself a great deal. I'm learning to make my music track much better now. Like I can say the second half is much more how I need it to be. The second half is excellent to a music track. And I want to produce music much greater, so I have to make my music track, I have to remove certain parts to the music track to make it like a techno mix. And a little bit, so I'm learning very quickly about life over here. And I'm learning how to dwell upon life in different ways. So what I'm doing now is learning I have to go to the doctor because I have to get my passport. I have to get my passport done. So anyway, so it's not sure how I feel. I don't know what about my hair on here. I need to cut my hair. Show myself much more love over here. So a little bit that way, unfortunately, small how the coronavirus pandemic has no barbers working. No barber is working with the coronavirus pandemic. I see straight away how I feel. I don't know how I'm doing much greater in my life. I don't know how to understand that I'm learning my life quickly. I'm learning how to have much more of my life in front of me, so I'm learning how, and it's much more how I feel. And my second half of the music track is actually working out for me for now. I'm learning something different every time. I'm learning how much content there is to consume, but I look a bit much more afraid, but I'm never afraid. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm learning how to just enjoy myself differently. So as I really grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways to improve my strength over here. And as I improve my strength, I'm looking for better ways to deal with life. I'm looking for better ways to dwell upon life in better ways. So I'm looking to help myself. I'm looking to help myself to succeed. That's what I need to do. And that's how I feel about life. I feel different. I feel I have everything I ever need to succeed. So I'm learning different capacities of different strengths and different vigors and different ways of doing content. So I need a guarantor to have a passport. And that's how I get my GP tells my doctor to do that for me. And that's how I understand so I can do life creator. I understand so I learn very quickly about my life. So as I really learn very quickly, I'm actually understanding something. When I say I'm just talking positively, because why? I mean, because I have to practice regardless. I have to practice doing what I do every single day with somebody. So I practice with myself all day long, positivity, all day long positivity. I mean, you see, I'm always talking positivity with myself to grow. I promise you. If it's anything about you, it's about positivity. You must understand that there's so much content to consume out there. Now, rather you just talk positivity to yourself all day long and go from that way on. And then go forwards with what you are doing. And learn to be positive about the situation of your life. And learn that you need to also park right next to the nice and beautiful buildings over here. So I'm actually understanding that with everything that I'm doing right now, I'll go to the rooftop and I'll park at the rooftop over there in Liverpool. So I'm actually understanding straight away how I'm learning very quickly. I'm learning very quickly about my life. I'm learning very quickly. I'm learning quickly that I'm just enjoying myself. But the second half of my music is really moving into the groove. It's moving into the groove, but the first half is something that's very slow to start. And it's very slow to start, but it has energy in it. But there's no bass line, you understand? I mean, unless you put another bass line into it, actually now, that's all, actually never do it. Actually now, why not? Actually now, that's all. Actually you can do a little tiny one note melody. I mean, guess what, actually you can do some type of high chain note. I mean, guess what, actually, no. Actually just remove it from the track. And make it nice and uprush, upheaval music track. And it'll be that way. And it'll be that way. But it works out for you. It works out. And it'll be that way. So I'm gonna progress into the music track. And say straight away how I feel. I feel different. So as I really grow myself differently, I'm looking for understanding. I'm looking to understand that no matter what, I'm looking to grow myself differently, but that's all I can do, man. Actually, my life is different. I live a different lifestyle to them. I have a different lifestyle. I'm living differently. Actually, I'm not lying. Actually, after a while, you know, so I'm saying, they get to go to all these new cities. Actually, they get to go everywhere right there. Actually, I understand, but the thing is, I'm positive anyway. So I outlive them. I grow much more, and so straight away I get to live much more life, and they'll be that way. I can say for some reason people are just never into me in terms of what I'm doing. Actually, although as soon as they try to put a photo of themselves On Instagram, they remember Danny Milivojevic and how he puts himself up there in the modeling career. I'm very sure that it's much more how I feel. I feel no matter what, I'm looking to help myself to deliver information. And I keep testing it, I keep testing files, and I'm enjoying myself differently. I'm enjoying myself here, and I'm learning how different I am. I'm different. I have different way to go. I have different ways to embellish life, and another word for embellish is good. I see. It's not sure how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning how to help myself, and that's it. I promise you, it's more how I feel that the second half of the music track is excellent. It's just what I need. So it's the first part that's actually dying out much more. So I'm understanding straight away that I'm looking for a better deal. I'm looking for better ways of courage. I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. And I'm looking to help myself to succeed. And that's it. But you must understand that no matter what I do daily, is I'm focusing on a greater way of being. And I focus upon helping myself to have better bicep muscles and everything. I'm looking to understand that it's a slow journey into freedom. But if you understand straight away how I feel about life, then no matter what I do, that eventually you have to understand it's going to die away. Versus that life, in terms of the physical, big physical aspects of life, is going to fade away. Understand? For sure, though, eventually I understand that. I understand, so no matter what, it's much more how I feel that I can do much more of a greater life like this, where I'm just enjoying myself. And why do you ever want to do anything else other way? Or why do you want to do anything else other than just spirituality? I mean, do spirituality, guys, because that's how I feel. I feel that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about my life, and I have to go very soon. So no matter what I do, I'm always calling for a better way. I'm calling to help myself to succeed, and help myself in different ways. I help myself to rebel in better ways of thinking. So that's how I see life. I see life differently. I've been sleeping far more than the intending of nature to do so. I make sure anyway that what I want to do is show myself why that is. Actually, it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, it's just fatigue. It's just fatigue. So anyway, as I grow myself differently, I'm looking to help myself to succeed. I'm looking to help myself to grow, and I look for better ways of opportunities now. And what do I read? I read something. I read something from Robert Kiyosaki or anybody in terms of like this to help myself to read something, to help myself to grow, and that's it. But you must understand that I have to grow myself. I have to grow and grow everything I have in life. But the only way I can grow is to give ideas. And now, how do I get to that point? At that point, I have to understand straight away how to make this point work for me now. I have to make everything work for me now. I mean, in a sense, so no matter what I do, that there's always a time for me to deliver content. And it's all different sounds and different ways of being and different ways of doing stuff. But it's much more how I feel. That no matter what, I'm learning very quickly about making new sounds work. And it's much more how it's a nice and beautiful track, isn't it? But the thing is, it's a what? It's a track that has no vocals. I mean, you understand? So make sure you understand that no matter what, that if you're going to make something, then make it jump and make yourself jump to it in the game, and make sure always that you're learning very quickly about producing something out of life and giving money so you can actually get ahead of the business of what you're doing. And you understand? And you have to enjoy yourself. And guess what? You should enjoy yourself quickly. because there's only so much time left until my teeth go away as well. But my teeth are never going away because I replace them with new teeth. I replace my teeth with new teeth and that's it. I understand that. I understand that what's important for me now, especially, is growing myself to the best I can. And especially right now, I have to go and grow myself differently. And I have to help myself to have more success daily. I have to put myself into the equation of life. I'm learning very quickly about life. And I'm learning something about myself in the process of what I'm doing. So as I really grow myself, I'm looking for better ways of improving myself. I'm looking to help myself to succeed. I'm understanding the lockdown period. I'm understanding that it never affects me really right now, because all I can do is stay at home anyway by myself. And if there was no lockdown, well, actually then I have to be home anyway. I have to be home on my own anyway. I understand that. I understand how much work there is to do. But my basking performances all go up on YouTube, and I'm going to be that way. I understand straight away how I feel about my life. I feel different, and I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to help myself to succeed differently, and I'm enjoying my life, because my life has something that is precious, which is my word I am precious. And I'm learning very quickly about helping myself to succeed differently, to make sure I have more than enough success all the time to love my life. So I pick up private numbers from now on. I pick up anything that's a private number. So I promise you, if it says private number calling, I promise you then I pick up. If it says Adelaide or United States or New Zealand or international service or United States somehow, I promise you then I make sure to never pick up the phone call. I should only pick up the phone call if it says private number or it's somebody that I recognize. So it's much more how I feel. I'm learning very quickly about life. I asked my dad to get his car. So I see for myself, I just go on the rooftop over there and I stop there and I give him some money because I don't want to cop a fine. I don't want to cop a fine because my dad wants me to park my car and park the car, that's his car, on the disability parking spot. But I never want to do that because if the police see that, they give me a fine. So I never want to cop a fine. I never cop a fine anyway. So it's much better for me to leave at 2:45, and that way I have time to reminisce around my life. I have some time over here to just grow myself. I have time to be in the words of life. Which if I be in the words of life over here, I'm learning very quickly about how to succeed. I'm learning that I have nice and beautiful approval for myself to love my life. I realize every single day I'm keeping to myself. I'm learning something for nothing. I'm making sure I'm learning how to grow myself differently. I'm learning how to have a better reputation for myself. And I'm learning very quickly about the art of becoming much better for myself. So for myself at least, I'm trying to help myself. I'm trying to see exactly what I need to do to succeed. So as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for better ways of improving. And I have to do my Instagram, and it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly about life, and I have to understand straight away that I tend to talk into the audio program much more often, and that way I'm learning very quickly about my life in the sequence of what's going on. So for example, I can say Madeira, Warwick Farm. I see now, as I go and grow myself, I'm looking for a better way of life. I can say Fabrica, Canyon Heights. I see I'm just looking for a nice beautiful attempt to help myself to grow. I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life, and I'm looking to help myself to enjoy. But because I'm actually understanding something about life, I'm looking for a good summary about life. I'm looking to help myself to succeed differently, and I'm looking to help myself to enjoy everything I ever need. So that's how I feel. I feel different. I feel that it's much more how I feel about life, and I'm learning very quickly about life. I'm learning to help myself to succeed differently, and I'm learning how to enjoy myself. I'm learning how to enjoy myself differently, so I'm helping myself to have that nice and beautiful guarantee about life. And it's more different approach. It's all different, and I see it's much more how I feel. So if you're doing something, do your life. See, so I'm just learning, guys. Anyway, I'm very different. I'm doing my life. I'm doing much greater.